Hi, and thank you for downloading this introduction to Face to Face. My name's Kevin Charlton. Now, I imagine the reason that you are listening to this is because either you're in sales or you need to promote your business. Well, you've come to the right place. Face to Face is a program I've put together quite simply to help people generate more meetings with decision makers, and in doing so, give you a greater chance of selling more of your products and services and to make more money. Now, you and I know that without sales there is no business. However, so many people struggle to gain appointments because of a lack of confidence and training in picking up the telephone. I know this was the case for me. Now, I've been in sales all of my life and I've been given very little practical help. Of course, I was given product knowledge, company brochures and a list of people to call, and that's more or less where it ended. I was left to my own devices to pick up the telephone and to tell my story. Now, this left me feeling nervous and apprehensive. I worried about what I was going to say, how the customers would react, what objections I would face, and the rejection I would feel when they said no to me. Now, experience now shows me this is exactly the same for almost every salesperson I have met during the last 16 years as a coach and consultant. Now, I'm passionate about helping salespeople make more appointments. And I've created a structured approach when I'm coaching my clients one-on-one. Now, this has helped them set up more than 13,000 face-to-face meetings, so I know it works. Now, there's a craft and a skill involved, but there's also a system, a template to follow that will guarantee order and structure to your approach. Now, following this process, you can design calls to fit your industry and the outcome you need to achieve when picking up the phone. You'll discover how to deliver powerful calls so you grab the attention of the listener. You can dictate how the listener responds, and using our objection handling technique, you'll slip past any negative responses. Your confidence will be high and you'll spend more time face to face with people who can make decisions. So regardless of whether your audience is retail or corporate, the challenge remains the same. Once you're face to face, you know you can be most effective. Now, I hate random calls from people who have my number on a list and who are trying to sell me things that I have no possible use for. So I want to make one thing quite clear from the off. I don't agree with pushy selling techniques designed to entrap people or clever closing processes leaving the customer feeling cajoled into a sale. The telephone should be an extension of a conversation that I would have with somebody face to face. And I believe people should make an informed decision to buy based on a well-crafted offer and genuine benefits. So I built this program around what I call the 5 P's of telephone success: preparation, proposition, picture, pitch, and predictable responses. Preparation is the key to your success, and it starts with having a process to follow. Now, all good retailers have a process. Whether it's Marks and Spencer's or a McDonald's, they have a structure and order so the customer gets a seamless and consistent offer. A process will keep you on track. It provides you with the key steps and ensures you become more successful. Now, you may think that customers would prefer not to be processed, but in my experience, most of them like to be led in a subtle way. They are generally feeling uncertain in sales situations, and in taking control, they can become more relaxed. And you need a process when you're on the phone. Now, part of the preparation is to understand why people react in the way that they do when you approach them. There is a natural tendency for people to back away, and this is caused by the reptilian part of the human brain. This causes the fight and flight syndrome, which we've all experienced from time to time. A simple example is where we're approached by an assistant when shopping. When they ask, "Can I help you?" the response is often, "No, I'm just looking." Now, this is a defense mechanism kicking in so they don't pressurize you into sales. You'll need to learn about Beaver, the Beaver principle, because without it, your calls will lack substance and urgency. Once you understand this, however, every call you make in the future will be powerful and will engage with the listener. Before you call, you need to choose your words very carefully. Using the right question style will dictate who's doing most of the talking and therefore who has control of the call. The language you choose needs to be precise in order for you to get the outcome that you want. Let's move on to proposition. Your proposition is the story you want to tell. Now clearly that will vary enormously depending on what you're calling about and the outcome of what you want to achieve. Think of your proposition as your elevator pitch. Imagine you're in a lift and the person you've been trying to set up a meeting with for ages steps into the lift with you on the ground floor. You notice they press the button for level 7. You now have a very short window of opportunity to use your words and phrases in a concise manner in order to persuade that person to have that meeting with you. And remember, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Now there's a 4-stage process to follow which will keep you focused and ensure that every time you make a call, you are saying things that will interest the listener. The third P is for the acronym PICTURE, and it describes the elements of the voice. Now you may know that 82% of telephone communication is about how you sound and not what you say. In the first 3 to 7 seconds, the listener is not actually listening into your words, they're tuning into the sound of your voice and making a decision on whether they like you or not. Now you only get one chance to make a first impression, and the work that goes into the quality of your delivery can be the difference between average and outstanding results. Rapport and trust have to be earned, and the clarity and sincerity in the voice quality will play a major part in this process. The interpretation and meaning of your message can become lost without the correct syntax. So we will help you understand the value of all of this and provide you with techniques and processes so you can really make your call hit home. Now, having worked through your proposition, you now need to pitch that message over the telephone using a strong and confident voice. Now, this is where I've designed the Systemized Telephone Elevator Pitch, or STEP. This is a 7-stage template where you can create your own call structure designed specifically to get the outcome that you want. So if that's to set up a sales meeting, or to gain an interview, or to sell your products directly over the phone, the structure can be adapted using the trained techniques. It can be used time and time again, provided you follow the principles and techniques that we train on our face-to-face coaching seminar. You'll have a blueprint to follow that will guarantee you greater success. Even if that only generates you 3 to 5 additional sales per month, what's the financial outcome of that? Of course, you're not going to be successful on every call, and that brings us to the final P, which represents predictable responses. Because the call is designed in a certain way, you can predict the response of the person you're calling, and regardless of what your call is about, there are only 6 possible responses, and there are only 3 when you finally get in front of the listener. Now, most people fail with their call because they are simply not prepared for the response, and they give up as soon as they get a negative reply. In reality, most people don't mean no, never. They mean no, not now, or no, I don't understand. And what you have to do is to test the no to see if it's real. It goes back to that reptilian brain and the natural reaction of the listener to back away from the approach. Now, I have a technique that I developed years ago, which I call the 3 R's: repeat, reposition, and redirect. You'll be surprised how easy this can be in getting you past those initial barriers. So, I hope that I've whetted your appetite a little bit to find out more. You deserve to have more face-to-face meetings so you can tell the world about your great products and services, and you don't need to go to the expense of having one-on-one coaching and consultancy to achieve that. Why not join me on one of my one-day coaching seminars throughout the UK? In one day, I will walk you through the entire process. You will have all of the templates and techniques you'll ever need to make great calls. I'll be there to answer all of your questions, and you'll have the chance to test your call and hone your approach to guarantee you the highest possible success. So, visit my website at www.kevincharlton.com for the latest dates and venues. Oh, I tell you what, pick up the phone and give me a call. The number's on the site. Thanks for listening.